Alright, so let's go. Stream is live. Let me make sure something. Yo, what's up? Oh, look who it is. Crown. What's up? The boy. Yeah, I don't know if you guys noticed, but I've animated the UFOs bouncing around while I talk, so slight upgrade. I don't have the kind of like outline around my eyes. I might draw those in later. Yeah. So far, I think that's pretty good. Pretty cool. We're gonna play Devastation while we just talk about Transformers, because there's some exciting stuff I want to talk about. There's Transformers adjacent. But first, we gotta boot up Transformers Devastation. An excellent upgrade. Yeah, I think it's pretty cool. It's very subtle, but like it adds a lot more than just uh the image bouncing up and down. You know, it gives the illusion like, you know, just I don't know, it's cool. I like it. Just want to do a late night stream. Hashtag 25. And wait for a few more people. How about booting up Earthspark Expedition instead? I have that game 100%ed and it has next to no replay value for me. Otherwise, you know, maybe I would. You know what game I absolutely hate? I think I said in my Q&A, but Battlegrounds, that's my least favorite Transformers game ever. Battlegrounds, Transformers Battlegrounds, like the Cyber World or Cyberverse one, sorry. That one? Holy. Ooh. That one's rough. Alright, hopefully you guys are able to see game. If not, I have to do some technomancy. Let's see, are you guys able to see game? Yes. You're able to see Transformers, Transformers. It's funny, Battleground seems like the one of the shovelware games that had any heart put into it. That was my favorite stream. Of course it was, bro. Transformers Devastation. I think we're continuing with the story on even harder difficulty. Oh yeah, I was about to beat it on, I think, Magnus. Like, I was playing a bit off stream. Just for something to do. No, actually, I was playing off stream for footage for the Q&A. That's right. I honestly disagree. I think the Earthspark one had more heart and soul put into it because it actually had to tie into the show. You know, it's really sad. Like, the War for Cybertron, Fall Cybertron DLC achievement, or like the achievements, right? Had like lots of references to characters that just weren't in the games, but like you could be like, maybe they're in it. And it's really cool that, like, you know, they reference stuff like, and they would reference some obscure characters. Like, I'm pretty sure there's one about Beachcomber. Like, there's one where it's like Drill Nose or Nose Cone or whatever his name is. the guy with like who turns into like the driller tank. And it was like, whoa, these are some like pretty obscure characters, right? And then like the Earthspark, or not Earthspark, the Cyberworld game was just the most generic, like, I just learned what Transformers was yesterday, and I'm trying to make a reference type lines. I think another Transformers movie will come out. There's one supposed to come out this year, but genuinely, no one knows if it's canceled or not. I'm betting on it's canceled or really, like, heavily retooled, like how Rise of the Beast was. Bigger they are. Oh. Beachcomber mentioned. Yeah, no, they mentioned a bunch of characters in the, in it. It was pretty cool. Oh, come on. Okay, hold on. Ad popped up where I'm supposed to be reading chat. How embarrassing. Technomancy. Yeah. I'm actually not that good at Technomancer, let me tell you. Most of my stats are not rolled into Technomancy. So I usually have to ask other people for, like, help when it comes to computer stuff. If we don't get any updates about the Transformers film this year, it's not happening. It either comes out next year or never. I don't know. It's like the plan, and we know this because of the leaked document, that this was a movie that, like, the G.I. Joe whatever's like the sequel to Rise of the Beast, right? That movie was planned, and it was supposed to come out 2026, right? This summer. It was supposed to come out this summer. I thought we would never get another TF movie. No, they're planning it. They're gonna keep making TF movies. It's just they're gonna progressively get worse. As long as it's in the hands of Paramount, don't you worry. There will be Transformers movies. They just won't be good. Or they will put in the bare minimum, or they'll try some really weird angle with it. And it might pay off. It might be interesting. It might be like TF1 where they genuinely take a chance, or Bumblebee. Or it might be Rise of the Beast where they had an initial idea to continue it, but then they're like, well, Beast Wars. Beast Wars, but with no Beast Wars. Just planning, never doing it. We are supposed to get a movie this summer. It was on the leaked document, 2026 feature-length film, as well as, I don't remember if it was on the document, but they want to do, like, yeah, but at least with IRTV, we had rumors over the year. Yeah, exactly, we have nothing. We know that they want to do a G.I. Joe movie. We don't know if they still are. The success of Skybound, I think, will push them to continue to make a G.I. Joe movie. But then inevitably, once it's bad, they're like, people love the Energon universe. Why don't people like this? Then we just laugh and go, stupid Hollywood. You don't get it, do you? At least it might be better than the last night. Wow, our guys are effing, it's that low, is it? Like, just our standards, it's that low. It's like, as long as it's not as bad as the last night, you know? That's sad. But I think it'll be delayed another year before it gets fully canned. That's what happened with Rise of the Beast. They completely restructured most of that movie, and it took them an extra year. Yeah, it was supposed to be a lot of things. we go. Ow. I think Rise of the Beast is gonna be the most poorly aged TF film. I don't even dislike it. Just kind of feels soulless at times, like it's checking the boxes. It was supposed to be a completely different movie, though. That's the problem. Ooh, I don't... I have a few repair kits. I don't know if I have self-reses left. Does anyone remember? Oh. Oh. But yeah, essentially it was supposed to be a true sequel to Bumblebee, but then the Bumblebee 2 movie slowly evolved into the Beast Wars movie because they wanted to do both. And then it just became the same movie, and then that's why it feels like it's so aimless. It's genuinely sad because I would have loved to see a full-on Beast Wars movie. No Optimus Prime, just Primal and like Beast Wars Megatron. I don't know if I'd see it because arachnophobia, go burr. I don't know if I'd be able to see like Black Arachnia and Tarantulas like in like live action, you know what I mean? Oh, this is all I have left. There's Prime solo film, Bumblebee sequel, Beast Wars film, and a proper mainline TF film, all combined, basically. They wanted to have, like, a big character arc for Optimus. They wanted to have the sequel to Bumblebee, but then they're like, well, we're not doing the Bumblebee movie, too. We might as well kill him in the movie and then bring him back, right? And then it was like, well, we want to do Beast Wars, so let's do Beast Wars. It's like, can we slow down, do one thing? Like, just knock one thing out of the park first? Please, please tell me I have a self-res. I don't. Oh, I suck. They could make it pretty, yeah, but like, I have arachnophobia pretty bad, so I don't know if I'd be down to see them in a movie, I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna just sell a bunch of stuff. Yo, what's up? Never get a good, successful Transformers movie. Yeah, that's the problem. Every good Transformers movie isn't successful ever since Dark of the Moon. It's either it's successful and it sucks, or it's unsuccessful and it rocks. Yeah, let's do Beast Wars without the Predacons. That'll work. Yeah. I'd love to see Dinobot, Beast Wars Megatron, like, bring David K back. He literally was, the Celestial in, you guys will know the movie, The Eternals, right? And he was, like, honestly the best part about that movie for me. I thought he was really cool. I really liked the CGI. The design was sick, and I almost said Keith David. David K's voice booming over, like kind of like a Unicron type figure was awesome. Beast Wars without Rat Trap is sad. Yeah, they put Air Razor over. I'm not saying Air Razor's bad or I wanted her left out of the movie, but like, her over Rat Trap? Here's my problem with Spider-Man, Lord of the Spiders. Okay. I have so many weapons, don't mind me. Yeah, they didn't have Rat-a-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat or whatever his name was. Nobody knows his name. Sometimes I impress myself. POV swindle. I've been swindled. Yeah, but it's just it's really sad because like when you had all these Beast Wars fans lined up, and when they saw the movie, and a lot of them were like, hey, we watched the movie, like the beasts were cool, but they weren't in it. Like we were sitting there like, when do they talk? When do they like actually do stuff? I'm not very hopeful for that G.I. Joe Transformers movie. I personally don't think it'll ever come out. And I don't think that's a really bizarre take to have. I feel like that's the majority of people. Then there are people who like hype it up, like I can't wait to see this. It's like, I used to be on Instagram. Instagram's having so many toxic people. And there were people who were like, I can't wait to see this, and people were like, this is going to be awful. And then there were people who were like, they collabed before in the comics. It's like, I've read those comics. They weren't very good. All of them end with all of the Transformers dying because they wanted G.I. Joe to seem cool because they've been struggling to sell. Except with the Energon universe. But once again, you're reading it because most people, especially Transformers fans, start reading them because they heard it's connected to the latest and greatest Transformers series, right? Like, it's like, you're not forced to, but if you want to get more out of the story, that's definitely how you do it. A movie is better than no movies. I disagree. I'd rather them take a huge break than post, like, mediocre, like, slop, basically. I've had someone in my comments say that exact thing. It was, well, I don't care if the movies are bad, so long as that there's a new movie every summer. It's like, I always go see the movies every summer, too, whenever they come out. It's like, wait, so you don't like Transformers? You just watch it for, like, this? But no, I love Transformers. My favorite thing is, like, but you just say you didn't care if it was bad. Like, if you were a fan of something, you'd want it to do well. Not only do well, but, like, to actually be worth your time, worth watching. Like, to actually have a good piece of media. Like, you're... Like, no? The idea, it's like, well, so long as that they just keep pumping out movies, no matter in, like, diminishing quality, then it doesn't matter. As long as there are movies. Like, that's not a good mindset to have. I'm just gonna say. Ooh. Do I have? I do. Sorry, this boss is rough. I need all the performance enhancing drugs I can get my hands on. I'm literally playing this Gold Bee. Gold Bug. I mean Gold Fire, actually. Hasbro's Prima figure is lame, I think. Needs some serious improvement. Like, serious, just a lame sword. A Matrix, we can do better. I think Hasbro could do better. Megatron headed for the surface. They're always holding themselves back. Yeah, I don't get why. Don't worry, Michael Bay will return, save Aber... Wait. He was in what pot? No, he wasn't. Shut up. No, he wasn't. Was he? No, I'm not letting you gaslight me. That's not true. I have problems with his movies, but there's no way he's on there. He's a bit of an oddball. He's had some weird stuff in his movies, but no. Ow. Bro, you're shooting me while I'm down. I didn't think so, but like, so many people are on that, dude. It's genuinely disheartening. I'm like, oh, well, I can never watch that movie ever again. Or at least not the same way. Oh man, I love Baby Driver. I sure hope nothing happens to Kevin Spacey. He did what? I really, if you haven't watched Baby Driver, not only is it a really good movie, but now with the added context of Kevin Spacey, like some of the stuff he's done in real life, it adds a really weird layer of context to that movie and irony. That's my baby. And he did the Bayverse, didn't he? No, actually, no. Bumblebee, like, shot Quintessa. It was Hound who, like, beat Megatron. Because he's a pushover. Duh, baby. What victory? I miss Hound, yeah. He's in the Energon universe, so good reason to read those comics. Why wasn't Megatron the Bumblebee movie? Because it's a prequel to the 07 movie. I was talking to my good buddy Subpar about this. I said, what was I said? I said, back then, people, like in Dark of the Moon and whatnot, like, despite like some inconsistencies between each film and whatnot, people didn't really care. They just kind of wanted action. Like, the story was kind of like secondary. But the way people are about like comic book movies and like movies like based on like pre-existing IPs like Transformers, Marvel, DC, like, you can't get away with it anymore. You can't loosely have it. If you say your movies are connecting, you want a cinematic universe like Marvel, you have to put in the work. You can't, like, you can't use half measures. People want to be able to point to a movie and say, oh, this is where I think it's going based on XYZ, and like, then like to have all of that thrown out every single movie doesn't make sense. Give me money, give me money, give me money. Standing here. Yeah, Bumblebee! It's over, Megatron. Do Pretenders come back in a new toy line? I feel like it'd be interesting. If I was to do a Transformers film, I would do either Beast Wars origin film or the Primes film, because they're the characters need films instead of being flashback characters. But yeah, Air Drawing Yours, I'm also tired of the character dies in every issue type beat. They don't die in every issue, but I kind of get what you mean now. Especially with Kirkman. I won't say what or who, but essentially he introduces like 50 new characters and brings them back to life. And then it's like, oh wow, like all these new characters, but then they don't get any speaking lines. Like, it has been like 2 or 3 issues since 2 new characters were brought back, and they have barely been on the screen. I know nothing about these versions of the characters. The comic just kind of relies on you having watched the G1 cartoon, or this not being your first Transformers thing ever. Which a lot of people are checking out the Energon universe as new Transformers fans because they heard it was so good. And then you got Kirkman coming in, and he's like, hey, like, I'm bringing in all these new characters. And while Daniel Warren Johnson would usually have, like, little spotlight moments to showcase them or, like, tell you a bit about them, Kirkman's just like, here's this character from G1, he's back. It's like, I know that. I know who that is. But if I were to, like, introduce someone I know to the comic, and they'd be like, who's this character? Yeah, he showed up, and he's just kind of cannon fodder. Like, am I supposed to care about him? Is he, like, a reoccurring character? Is he just, like, a background grunt? I'm like, no, he's gonna be a main character, or whatever, you know? It's just, it sucks. I've literally always hated Robert Kirkman as a writer. Seeing people just realize he's not a pod writer is funny. Okay. I never, like, beforehand, like, I like Invincible. I liked, The Walking Dead, and I like Void Rivals, right? Like, obviously. But I've only ever seen whenever those things are adapted. I've not seen the source material, which I know, like, when making it into a show, he has, like, people helping, and there's certain stuff that they kind of reel him in on that he can't do, right? And I don't know if, like, this is, like, a thing in a lot of his comics, or what. No matter the cost. Boom! Tappa tappa. $69,000! Nice! Let's go. Like more meets the eye lot because it felt like it contained story and you didn't need to know a lot about the characters beforehand. Exactly. That is the best Transformers comic. That's the best Transformers story of all time. It's so good. I love More Meets the Eye. Once again, there were characters in there where I was like, I barely knew who they were, or they didn't have any huge stories. Like, say, Rodimus, right? Rodimus, Cyclonus, Tailgate. Like, these are all characters from Season 3, not everyone watched Season 3, right? A lot of people tuned out of G1 after Season 2, and after the movie. And they're not in, like, a whole lot of stories, and Cyclonus especially, you could consider, like, kind of like an obscure character. Like, generally obscure, not like if you're, like, a mega fan like us. But that is, like, a defining characterization of him is what James Roberts did. Like, people look at Cyclonus and think either G1 or they think the James Roberts More Meets the Eye version. Right? But, Pigpen, essentially, from what I'm hearing, is Kirkman will make a comic. It's good, but it's got a lot of problems with the writing, how he writes things. But then whenever he adapts into a show, he's got people to rein it in, and he fixes his mistakes after the fact.
Continue to live in between worlds. From this day forward, we are no longer Cybertronians who are stranded on another
Saying
world.
Tailgates from Season 3 is a stretch. Yeah.
And we must treat Earth as though we were
Yeah, exactly. But that was more so just someone reusing the name.
no matter the cost.
Basically prequel trilogy George Lucas. Yeah. So once someone's there to rein him in, then he's good. He's best kind. That's what I'm understanding from this, the fusion cannon. Ooh, I got the Dark of the Moon gun though. No, I don't. Okay. Devastation. We're going the prime mode. No. So Optimus can survive a fall from space, but not a shot from Megatron.
Someone's in trouble. Let's move. Let's go. What do we want?
You know what? I never play as this man. I love Grimlock, but I never play as him. Gonna give him as well the let's say the burn hammer. Fusion cannon mod. Yeah. I want to play as Grimlock.
Fascinating. Let me see. It'll have to do.
He runs so funny in this game. I love him. Yeah, I never play as him. Basically, prequel trilogy. Yeah. So, any problems we have with the comic right now will probably be fixed in the show, but here's my issue is I don't want to have to wait for the show, for the comic to kind of get better, you know? Is one of the strongest. Why were the Dinobots neutral and Transformers animated? You should rewatch the show. This game, Love Letter G1, but then randomly Nova Prime shows up like, dude, you're not from this era, leave. Yeah, this game takes a lot of inspiration from IDW and, retroactively, fits a lot of IDW's 2005 canon into G1, which is weird. Oh, I love Grimlock, dude. He's so cool.
What in the world is
I've never really sat down and played Grimlock because as a kid I was like, I don't really get him. I don't really get Grimlock. Because he plays so different from everyone else. Do you consider this game canon to the original cartoon? I do not. Sorta. I can see it being canon. It's just the Nova Prime stuff, but it explains the Insecticons. The thing is, the original canon of the show is iffy at best, usually. I don't believe this game is canon to the G1 cartoon. I think the canon is iffy enough as is. Like, there are so many episodes of the G1 cartoon that could be considered not canon to the G1 cartoon, you know? You think an A's toy commercial cartoon had barely any continuity? Yeah, exactly. I think it had barely any continuity to begin with, so I don't mind this one if it, like, is a bit of a stretch and adds, like, some new lore elements. You know what I mean? Like, there's, that episode of G1, right? Where Optimus Prime gets like blown up. And like he said, he turns into a zombie and he sacrifices himself. Everyone remembers Dark Awakening, right? And here's the problem with Dark Awakening. Hold on. Dark Awakening makes no sense because then the end of the series with the Hate Plague, Optimus Prime's body is fully intact and about to be blown up by like a supernova, right? Like a sun exploding. Like the Quintessons like have said like I think they said like they did something to him or something. I don't know. It's effing weird. I don't get it. Like, it doesn't make sense. Like, it's not canon to itself like a whole episode later. Grimlock is really difficult for me to play. There's extra Decepticons drone backup from the show. Yeah. That's just so you have enemies to fight. Maybe it's created by the terraforming. They're able to make new Decepticons or something. I don't know. I suck at this. Dissected and turned into a crocodile? Exactly. I want to learn Grimlock, bro. You're lying, Steve. Season 3 wasn't that bad. I liked Season 3 as a kid. I liked Rodimus Prime. He's no Optimus, but he tries his best, and that's all you can ask of someone, okay? He was doomed to fail from the start. There was no one who could replace Peter Cullen. Also, the Battle Chargers showed up late to the cartoon. They should have been the Headmasters anime. Yeah, but then I wouldn't know who they are because I didn't watch the Headmasters anime. He's so weird. He's so weird to play in this game. Wankification was wacky? What are you talking about? Must you call it that? I dodged! Galvanized Megatron. I like Season 3 because he doesn't want to be there. Yeah. He's so weird to control. It was good. It did so much in restoring people's faith in him. I want to make a video called, like, the generational hate of Rodimus Prime. And I personally don't get it. I grew up watching the G1 cartoon, right? Like, I watched animated first, and then I watched G1, is what I mean. And I effing loved Hot Rod as a kid. I thought he was the best, and I felt so sorry for him. Like, I genuinely felt so bad for him. He tried so hard to help, and now that moment haunts him for the rest of his life. He would do anything to fix it, and he's trying the best he can. I love his character arc. Oh, I hate Grimlock. I hate Grimlock. I hate that I hate him. He's not good. He's terrible. Are the Maximals and Predacons playing for the Skybound comics? I doubt it. I'm gonna be real. I doubt it. I hate that I hate playing as Grimlock. I really do.
What are we waiting for? Hey! Someone's Megatron must be stopped.
Kill the ball. Does he don't like the way of commanding Autobot lives and protecting humans at the same time? He was clearly depressed and moody. Yeah, he felt like a genuine character. The thing is, Optimus, like, he's always happy-go-lucky, but you don't really see as much the side of, like, him, like, being weighted down by the Matrix, by leading. Until, like, later on in Transformers. Like, every single time, like, in IDW, when Optimus is like, oh, the Matrix, or like, oh, like, leadership, like, I didn't choose this, or like, and people effing eat that stuff up. Hot Rod was the effing beginning of that. He was the first one to be like that. And everyone is like, man, Optimus is so brave for, you know, speaking out and, like, being, like, a character, and he had, like, the weight of responsibility thrust upon him and all that. It's like, bro, Hot Rod did that first. He had that character arc years, decades before Optimus ever did. That only was started to get explored in Armada. And then was only fully explored in, like, Prime and Animated and IDW. Took till the 2010s for them to start doing that. Hot Rod was doing that in effing 87, bro. A brush. The 80s were the start of the Transformers. They sure were. So, Brush, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. I'm doing well. Optimus never lets it get to him except in Animated or IDW. In Prime, he does a bit.
Optimus, I got your back.
A few moments where, like, he feels like he, like, failed or messed up, or, like, the characters talk about, like, how he wasn't always a Prime or whatever. But he suffers in silence, and you can really tell in a lot of the episodes. And it's really good. He doesn't, like, whine about it or complain. He has to effing do it, you know?
Keep firing. They'll fall eventually. I think.
Great. It's good stuff. I think that's what makes a good Optimus Prime story, is the fact he doesn't want to be Optimus Prime, he just wants to be Optimus or Orion Pax. But then he becomes Optimus Prime anyways. Because he cares, because he needs to, and people need him. There's never like, oh look, they fly now. Anime Prime lashes out when his own team doesn't communicate with him, and just sometimes just obeys orders. How baseball player is talking to his team, especially Bumblebee. Yeah. If Optimus just wants to be a truck. Maybe he does. It's actually Kaon. Yeah, I've seen Super Gamer, yeah. But yeah, I like Rodimus. I want to make a video essay, like type video on Rodimus, and like how I genuinely feel like there are writers who are there to sabotage him and like any media relevance he has. Like whenever he shows up, he's always like it's just been bad for him, you know? He just gets screwed over. And it's in part Hasbro, but it's also like just, I feel like it's just spiteful writers from like their childhoods. They just hate Hot Rod. Make video essay now. I might. I'm definitely bringing up IDW because that is the best version of the character. The Transformers What If 86 comment was the worst thing ever because Boomer's still mad about Hot Rod 40 years later. I mean, that's why they're doing the apology tour. There's a difference, though. Like, there are people who were mad at him, but, like, eventually forgave him, especially because Optimus effing came back to life, right? You can't be really mad at the guy who, like, tried to help but ended up making things worse. It wasn't from a place of malice. There's this guy I heard that genuinely was like, Rodimus was just waiting for his, like, moment to, like, get Optimus killed so he could steal the Matrix for himself. Bro, did you watch the show? He doesn't want it. That's like his whole character arc, is he tries to pawn it off on literally anyone else. Like, he's tried giving it to Magnus so many times. Magnus just effing blows up and dies. He's tried giving it, like, to Galvatron. Like, Galvatron effing stole it. He's like, this is great. I can still be me. I can be Hot Rod again. And eventually, by the end of the episode, he realizes, like, he needs to take it back. So he, like, takes it from Scourge. It is the absolute copium. And I genuinely believe, this is a crackpot theory, right? I genuinely believe in Earthspark that it was supposed to, like, the person who, like, betrays them, and, like, for, what's his name? Liege Maximo, right? Like, Hot Rod, it was supposed to be either Ironhide or Ratchet. I genuinely believe it was supposed to be Ironhide. Because the way they talk, it's like he's like, oh, like, that's Hot Rod, like, he's an old friend of Optimus. It's like, it's not really how I'd ever classify Hot Rod. Like, there's never been one where he's like, oh yeah, my best friend, Hot Rod. Like, that's Ironhide. That sounds like Ironhide to me. And then, like, when he speaks, that sounds like Ironhide. You know what I mean? I can understand that people were traumatized by it, but, like, still. The fact that there are people who love Transformers, but, like, get these writing positions, and they're like, I could either make a good story, or I can just use it as a vendetta against Hot Rod to, like, finally get back at him for all the childhood trauma. Which one will I do? Good story? Petty childhood drama. Against a fictional character. I'm making that video essay. Holy, I definitely want to now. I kind of think one of the reasons people hate Hot Rod so much is because people really dislike Season 3 and 4, the 80s series. Earthspark Ramos is so bald, too. Yeah, like, dude, whenever, like, Rodimus and Hot Rod are in the same media, like, Optimus never really shows malice towards him, right? So I don't get this, like, manufactured, like, hatred. He was done dirty in just about every series. Okay. Well, that's not hard, dude. I don't think you should say that, because, yeah, sure, you could, but, like, that's like saying I can make better stories than garbage. It's like, yeah, I know you can. You should just do it. I think anyone here could. But you don't need the... I agree with Emperor Kumquat said. You don't need to push other people down to kind of use them as a stepping stool to get up. That's what he does. And you guys don't need to do that. You know what I mean? But I do agree of being hypercritical of him, especially now, after everything going on. A series where Optimus and Hot Rod interact a lot would be fun for me. Yeah, there is one, but like they're like bitter rivals or whatever. In Energon they do that. Like he's like also he's Rodimus Prime and then there's Optimus Prime and they lead to different like factions or whatever. Like they're both still Autobots. But they kinda like have their own teams. And it's funny because on Rodimus's team, he has Bumblebee, Cosmos, and basically all the mini-bots, like, follow him. And it's just really funny that, like, Rodimus is, like, king of the mini-bots for some reason. Okay, I need to get some help in self-res. Oh yeah, it's cel-shaded. You get a good one. Ugh. Okay.
I think I see what we can make with these. This is legendary.
Yes. Yeah, Gears is there. Cosmos. You know what? That should be hold on. That should be an emote on a secret thing that I haven't told you guys about. It's not ready yet. What about Rodimus Unicronus? What about it? Cosmos gets an anime movie? I wish. We all did. I miss Cosmos and Media. Could be worse. He could be in a certain film. You have the right Cosmos. Yeah. I just hope that effing drama's over, dude. I'm just too busy. Like, I got my own stuff going on. I got, like, 5 whole projects that I'm working on. Like, either my own or just working for other people. I'm really excited for you guys to share, like, to share them all. Like, I got goals this year, and I can't, like, work, like, you know. Oh my god, it was so close. I wanted to one day play Transformers Devastation. It would be awesome. You can, Transformers.games. If you have a PC, you can play it. Or if you get it physically on Xbox One, 360, PS3, or PS4. I mean, obviously the drama with the film will never go away, but I mean, like, more so between, like, creators and stuff. Like, I think we can just, like, mature and, like, kind of move past that. I tried making a deal with them, and it did not work out. I admit, I like, commented something, but it wasn't even, like, bad. I had people, like, check it over. I'm like, I don't trust myself. Am I in the wrong for saying this thing? They were like, no, that wasn't even, like, anything mean or bad. And I was like, okay. I had, like, a couple people check it out. Like, at least, like, 10 people. And they were like, nah, dude, you're good. You probably shouldn't have said something, but, like, you didn't say anything, like, mean or, like, intentionally, like, bad. And you didn't even mention anyone. And then they saw it and were like, deals off, deals off. I'm like, oh, well, okay. That lasted. I'm gonna get some health packs. I need them. Call in the railgun? I might have to. Call in the rain. Bring the rain. Oh yeah? Is he streaming? Oh, I think he streamed like Last Spot Standing, right? Genuinely such a good comic. That's one of my favorite Transformers comics. But I seen there was a lot of people in there. But what do you call it? I seen there's a lot of people in there, and like they all had voice acting roles and stuff already, so I don't know like how I would have really slotted in there. I just kind of wanted a chill stream, play Devastation. Should have called him a poop butt. Nah, that's their type of insults. The exposed video he did on me was really funny because one of the top comments they hearted was just, I say this, I say like the only people who watch him are like inactive accounts, people who like don't know about the drama, or actual children. And he's like, no, that's not true. And then like the top comment, when I watched this, I pooped myself. It's genuinely one of my favorite comments on that whole channel. It's like, well, that's your type of fans. Big hello, is that Optimus Pride? Optimum Pride? Yes. It is Optimum Pride. Hold on, who's your favorite? I find Devastator be one of my favorite combiners ever since, like, the construction vehicles be overpowered with combiner, military weapons, the power scaling was inconsistent, yeah. I personally like, Bruticus. Bruticus is my favorite. Whoop. Nah, I'm 100% nerd. My name is Brushed Ranger. If you know the origins of my effing username, you know I'm a nerd. Minosaur is like, how do I say this? His design can look cool and horrible at the same time, but when I look at Robots in Disguise 2015 design, yeah, he's cool. Just cool, all the way. Yeah, I've seen Motormaster and the other Stunticons designs. They're really cool in Red. I really like the Red designs. And people were like, the shoulders are a bit too much, right? And I'm like, what are you talking about? That's like one of the coolest parts of the design. Listen, I don't want to talk about orbital racist on this stream. I just want to have a chill stream, man. Carlos's effing best friend, you know, he can effing talk about him all he likes and pretend like he's not friends with him still. I don't know if they're friends. I don't care if they're friends. I said my piece. Carlos already is at rock bottom. There's literally nothing he can do at this point other than probably kill a man to make me not like him more than I already do. That's just how it is. He already worked with the guy. He had no problems with any of his beliefs until he wove that flag on stream. He knew about it. That's all I gotta say about that. Other than the flag waving stuff, I think he knew exactly what type of man Orbital was. That's why he didn't take him off the project until super late into development. Everyone told him he should have just kind of done away with him. That's what I said. That's what literally everyone on YouTube said. His own comments defending him said that. There's nothing you can really do now except look in hindsight and just realize that he had 2 years and he had the reaction time of a tortoise. No, I genuinely don't think he is. But at one point, they were best friends. He said that himself. He said they had super friendly conversations. And they, you know, they were buddy-buddy. And they talked about his beliefs. And he assured me he wasn't a racist. That's his own words. I don't think I need to say anything more on that. Because either Carlos is super gullible or Orbital is like the most persuasive person on planet Earth. I don't know. I'm gonna go with Carlos was an idiot. I'm so sick of talking about this, guys. Literally said I don't want to talk about him. You guys got me talking about this loser again. I'm sorry. See, the thing is, I want to believe that. I want to believe that it wasn't his fault and he didn't know all that stuff. But the thing is, he said he, when he got accused of being a homophobe and a transphobe like Orbital Bacon, Carlos effing knew about that. He effing was told by Emperor Kumquat, was told by Ultra Primal, by multiple people in the community. He has a video still up on his channel of him defending Orbital Bacon against those claims. He knew it was on his radar and he just swept it under the rug. Bro didn't even look into it. He just went like, meh. You know? Bro knew about it. Bro knew that he was a homophobe and a transphobe and still decided to keep him on for 2 years. Only when he decided to wave that flag did he actually get rid of him. It was too little too late. People knew he was bad. Everyone already distanced himself. Johnny Flash distanced himself. Crowd distanced himself. Everyone distanced themselves from this guy privately. But then Carlos didn't, and he was very open in public about his friendship with this guy. It's just really annoying that, you know, most people are like, he didn't know about half of the stuff. He knew. Yeah, Orbital Bacon needs help, bro. Oh, he's already dead? Jeez. Yeah, but that's my piece on it. People just want to talk about drama? Yeah. I said that. People are like, just let the drama go or whatever. And like, why are people still talking about drama? And I jokingly said, to be fair, what else do they have to talk about? They have Skybound and that's it. The Skybound comics are amazing. But outside of that, we have to wait like a whole month to talk about literally anything else. But yeah, I'm sick of talking about it. Johnny Flash is a Chad. He got rid of him like a professional. Because I used to watch Johnny... Well, I didn't used to. I still watch Johnny Flash's videos. But I used to watch the ones with Orbital Bacon in them. And when I realized who it was, I was like, oh, yikes. But, like, he replaced the voice actor in future outings. Carlos should have done that. But he didn't. Is he lazy? Didn't want to delay the film again. It keeps getting brought back up. To be fair. I did not start talking about it. Someone in chat mentioned Carlos when I said I don't want to talk about him anymore. And then someone else said, like, well, to be fair, he didn't know. And I'm here to say he did effing know. Watch Emperor Kumquat's video. Bro knew he was a transphobe and a racist, but he didn't care. He only cared when he was a racist. When it was, like, undeniable proof. Because they had personal conversations about his stance on people, and Carlos didn't seem to mind. So either Orbital Bacon had like the speech check 100 meme, or Carlos was cool with it. I don't know which one it is. Come to your own conclusion. I'm just sick of the drama, and it's gonna end. The drama is gonna end very soon. That's all I can say about it. I just want to play Transformers. And I was gonna ask earlier in the stream, did you guys see that Mask is getting added to the Energon universe? I think that's sick. I don't know much. Yeah, the thing is, I try to be kind, and I try to, you know, talk to a lot of creators, and like, I really like a lot of fan work and fan projects. This one was just so huge, especially when I was a kid. It was hyped up so much, and then when eventually it came out the way it did, and when it came out the way it did, and I made a video about it, I was then reached out to by someone, by Raven, and then I learned how deep the rabbit hole went, and then because I was one of the main people to whistleblow, or not whistleblow, but basically cover it, I became a target for it. I became an easy target because I was a smaller channel, but now I average more views than the guy, so he's kind of irrelevant to me. He's beneath me. And I don't have to make content on him just to stay relevant or whatever he said. But he has to make content about me so people remember that his fan film exists. Yeah, it's such a shame. I was like 12 or something when the first trailer came out, and I was really excited for it, and then it came out, it sucked, and I was just genuinely really disappointed. So I made a video about it, and then I seen him in the comments attacking like some 12-year-old or something, like someone was as old as I was when I first learned about it, watching it, and yeah, it just sucked. I think I was just scared to defend you first with the drama because I was just worried if I got attacked as drama as well. Yeah, there's some losers that'll do that. Where is this? There we go. My favorite cassettes, Rumble and Rewind. They're pretty cool looking cassettes. Yeah, I love Rewind in the IDW comics. That's like my favorite interpretation of them and favorite design. Yeah, but from this point forward, I'm done talking about the drama. I'm being dead serious. If someone comes in here and it's like not super important and you're just saying, remember Galvatron, right? Then I'm genuinely just deleting your message. Sorry. I said in a community post, I don't want to talk about it. I said it on stream. Ratbat's one of my favorites. I love Ratbat. All I can say is it's gonna end soon. And then we can all stop talking about it. Yeah, I'm just gonna time you out if you even mention it. Oh, was it the Cave Grimlock guy? Yeah, he was making his rounds on a bunch of Discord servers, and we had to ban him as well. Yeah, dude, that guy was effing weird. I seen some of the messages, and it's a shame because I think he's like a higher up on like a project I was supposed to sponsor. Not sponsor, but do like a coverage video, kind of how I did for all the other fan projects like Rust, Crashed, and all that. I was supposed to like do a promo for them and like top 10 Transformers, like upcoming projects, like that type of video. And his project was gonna be one, but now I'm not so sure if I want to cover that project if he's on it. Had to block him. Apparently he's being investigated.
The tower's up ahead. Not much.
Apparently he's being investigated, like, for an actual police investigation. If you guys are on Discord and you're active in, like, Transformers circles, I recommend not talking to that guy if you see him. At least till, like, I don't know, it gets cleared up if he's innocent or not, but, like, it looks pretty bad from what I've seen. The pictures, like, the and text between him and an underage lass, so pretty sure my boy's going to jail. Which is effing crazy. I didn't really know him, but like he messaged me like, oh yeah, there's some updates on the film. I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. Like, oh, that's a cool design or whatever. Then I find out he's effing weird. That's the second person named Grimlock that I sorta knew. That turned out to be a effing weirdo. Who I got banned from a server or whatever. Or I witnessed it. I think Transformers toys are really cool. I did too. Yeah, sorry, this just turned into a super heavy topic stream, and I tried to keep it, like, chill. My bad. It's really hard not to, like, spiral and think about, like, all the bad stuff going on. Once, like, someone says, like, something. I guess I'm just a warrior. Oh, good heavens. I thought you were gonna ask to get beat up by the train. No one gets what I'm referencing, that's fine. Would you rather have a cupcake? It's the tastiest cupcake you've ever had. Or have both of your legs amputated, gang run over by a train? Oh, good heavens. I thought you were gonna choose the train. Yeah, I have a lot of friends who are LGBTQ plus, and it just sucks seeing like these people in the community like get targeted constantly for like literally no reason. Might just keep knocking Megatron off the road, bro. As a kid, I swear it wasn't this bad, or maybe it's because I was just too naive, but I thought most people were, like, nice to each other. Like, when I grew up and I heard, I think it might have been Diamond Ball or something, say, like, about, in, like, Cherished Forever, if you guys remember that. It was, like, people, like, really didn't like Derek J. Wyatt's art style for Transformers animated, and I was like, what? Like, as a kid, that was, like, so foreign to me. I'm like, people didn't like animated when it came out? But now it's, like, universally, like, in everyone's, like, top 5 Transformers shows. Version was your favorite Optimus Prime toy? I really want to get the Classics line figure. That, or I really want to get the '07, like, prequel comic, like, Silver Optimus Prime. There he goes.
Not even close.
The universe is conspiring against me! Ryan Jack became Cars or Gundam in the future of TF Media. That'd be kind of cool.
Here. It will happen here.
Defiance Prime, yeah. I can actually talk about it. Guys, subscribe. If you haven't already subscribe. I need to get the 4K. I need to get the 4K because Defiance is just sitting there. It's private in video that I need to put all the chapters in, all the proper credits and stuff for people's channels. But, like, it's there. It's just there. If you guys subscribe, you get to see it sooner. The sooner you guys subscribe, and in the goal, it'll be there. Please. I'm kidding. But I genuinely hope, you know, I make some videos that are worth subscribing for, so then I can get, you know, 4K. It's not so much a community thing, like, oh, I gotta wait for my community. Like, it's a me thing. It's like, I gotta put in the work and make something that'll, like, get people to subscribe, you know what I mean? I'm not waiting for people to subscribe. I gotta put in the work to make people wanna subscribe. You get what I'm saying? You gotta be the cause you want to see in the world. You gotta be the change. Transformers anime is number 5 favorite show. For me, it's my favorite. There's nothing that comes close to animated. Like, there's animated, then blank, 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 blank.
As for you,
Maybe Beast Wars or Prime. I don't know.
good luck getting in, Prime.
Beast Wars from a writing and character standpoint, I like a lot more than Prime, I think. Well, not a writing standpoint, I'd say, because Season 1 of Beast Wars was good, but, like, it took a little bit to get its footing. Prime did too, though. A lot of Transformers shows I find do. Wild King? Is Wild King your favorite? Because, I need to finish that. That one was interesting. I can't remember. Was that one even in English? Also, do we know, was there a new Cyber World episode recently or not? Wild King sub.
Megatron has Pharaoh Taxi.
I don't care if it's called the future. As someone who's playing for Call of the Future, you guys have not experienced the worst the dub has to offer yet. I think I found the worst voice actor in Call of the Future. I think Swizz made a short on it. It was really funny. But now I'm finally at the point in the game. Laserbeak, and I'm using quotation marks here, speaks in Call of the Future, and it's genuinely the worst thing ever. I'm really excited for you guys to see that short when it comes out. I got a bunch of shorts planned for Call of the Future. Every few days. I'm thinking about making it maybe every 2 days a Call of the Future short, because I went and got like a bunch of footage. Like I just sat down and I played like a whole level to get footage. Bi-weekly, yeah. Kind of like me. I release stuff bi-weekly. Whenever I fight these guys, I realize I just have to redesign these guys. I've been redesigning Shockwave recently. Do you guys want to see that? You guys want to see drawing I'm working on? Oh my god. It's got nuked. Yeah, well that was him in like a Cybertronian mode. He didn't like hide out. And I really like that. I feel like that was really cool. I wish they went a bit deeper into like his Cybertronian pride about him not taking an alt mode, because Megatron was the same way until before the events of the show. I felt like that was really cool, but Shockwave never takes an alt mode, so would have loved a line or something who's like, as if I'd choose an inferior vehicle or something. He still has like his Cybertronian kind of like vehicle, which is cool. Your Shockwave is awesome. I'm redesigning him again. I didn't say, but I deleted it from, I deleted it because I wasn't happy with it. Like, I like the top half. Like, but it's just like the legs, I feel like sucked. Like, they were really bad. And if I'm gonna, like, draw him again, I want to, like, actually have it be good. And I'm trying to figure out, like, because I want him to be lanky. I want him to be like Slender Man.
Disengaging the first sub-generator now.
Oh, I am. I'm really excited. I really hope Universe comes out. I never got to play it. I only ever got to see Somungri. Yeah, but my Shockwave, I don't think he's done. And I still gotta figure out the alt mode. Like, I have an idea in my head, but, like, it looks a little bit silly. And I feel like it needs more, like, bulk to it. Despite how lanky the robot mode is, right? Or maybe it needs less bulk. I don't know. What's Universe? There was a Transformers MMO. It was gonna be akin to like Knights of the Old Republic, right? Or the Old Republic MMO, for example. Or like Warcraft, but it was Transformers. It was gonna have PvP, it was gonna have PvE, it was gonna have like updates and story, and it was kind of like Smite, or like a MOBA, somewhat. It was going to be Autobot, Decepticon, Quintessons, and it was going to take place in the aligned continuity with Transformers Prime. And it was going to explain some of like the inconsistencies between the Cybertron games and Prime to make it work. Like, how come like they take the Ark to Earth and then there's nothing? The classic debate by Paper Plane. Bulkhead is like the strong man of the group, right? But like he might be fat. Like when he's a human, he's like fat. He's like a fat, like chunky kind of like, but he's like Kingpin fat, right? Where he's like fat, but he's like huge. Like he is a brick. He is a unit. I think he's more fat, but it's definitely a layer of fat, you know? Like, where he's, like, fat, but he's Kingpin fat. Harold Flatline. That was so cool. I'd love to reuse that concept for, like, my AU. Because I do want to have Unicron Cultists. I would ramble on about my ideas for my AU, but I feel like people wouldn't care. Also had a human love interest for RC named Pigpen. Kind of weird plot element, but I don't know. Universe could have been crazy. I think you are crazy. Hope Transformers Rust comes out soon. Best of luck for... That is a crazy thing to say, and I'm... I'm screenshotting that and sending that to Sig, bro. He will lose it. Oh, that is so funny. So, Steak, is the one making Transformers Rust. Top Hatted T-Rex is making Transformers 99. But they always joke with each other that they're running each other's projects, and I always say that as well because it's funny. But oh, that's genuinely funny. Yeah, well, where's the weird plot line? We're wondering. Soundwave didn't really go anywhere because it was in pre-production. Yeah. Dude, Barricade was gonna be in it. Like, it was cool. It was just so cool. I have Optimus as like a protoform near the beginning of the story, so I gotta make a cool protoform design. Like, a lot of protoform designs are usually just the character without a lot of the detail. Like, they don't have any of the car parts or whatever, and they're just skinny, but like, I want it to be like a cool protoform design. So I think I'm going to take a lot of inspiration from Defiance. Totally not biased, because I really wanted that toy as a kid, and I really like Transformers Defiance so much that I made a 1-hour retrospective that you guys need to subscribe if you ever want to see it see the light of day. Subscribe! I'm kidding. But if you haven't subscribed, you definitely should. So we can get that sooner. I promise I make good content. We're just really animated today. I don't know why. I got a lot of energy. Maybe it's because I ate that ice cream. I ate peanut butter, like, chocolate ice cream before starting up stream, so maybe that's why. If you guys want, I'll tell you about some ideas I have for my AU, but not too much, because I don't think you guys would care a super lot. Are you holding videos hostage? Yeah. Oh, looks like a dud. It happens, yeah. I get it, Wheeljack. Ooh, enhanced dodge level 6. Do I have level 6 right now? I don't. Augment. Focus duration level 6. Where is it? Enhanced dodge level 6. Knockdown defense. Yes. There we go. Okay, so I have this AU that I have a really funny work in progress name. It's called Transformers Under Construction because it's under construction. And before anyone asks, no, I don't think I'll turn it into like an animated thing, like how Top Hat and you know, Sake and Crown are doing. I'm just not at that level of animation yet, right? Like being able to animate a show like that. I would like to, maybe someday in the future, but not anytime soon. Maybe I can make it like a comic. Maybe that would be fun. But right now, it's just ideas, making designs and having ideas. I have Optimus Prime. Or just Optimus. He's like kind of like Orion Pax. But I don't want to call him Orion Pax because I'm quirky like that. He's just called Optimus. Because I love when Optimus Prime is just called Optimus. Like, he doesn't have Prime at the end of his name. I can't think of a good reason why he would change his name in my AU. But essentially, there's mini-cons in my AU, and they're like a big part of like the culture on Cybertron and the colony worlds, just like Armada, where like everyone has like a partner mini-con. You know what I mean? Like everyone has like a little sidekick, a little buddy. Optimus is his Roller, because I love Roller, and I loved him in G1, and I was really upset because he's in, like, 3 episodes total. It's so weird, because he's literally, like, Optimus Prime's, like, mini-con. Like, that's, like, the main character's, like, sidekick, and he's just not in it. That's like, imagine a world where Batman and Robin are a thing, and after Batman the Animated Series, you never see Robin in hardly anything ever again, and he's barely ever talked about. It would be weird. So, I have Roller, and Roller's important, and they're construction workers, because under construction, haha. He turns into a cement mixer, which I'm sure you guys have probably seen on Tumblr or my community page. And I feel like it's a really cool idea to have him turn into, like, a working truck. So, he works for a company, a construction company in Iacon. But he's not originally from Iacon. And I'm still trying to figure out how he gets contracts and he starts teaming up with this construction company and working in the big city. But essentially, on this construction team is people like Ironhide and the Constructicons, right? And I also want to make Ironhide a construction vehicle, but I can't make it redundant. Like, long haul, I might make Ironhide long haul. I'm gonna be real. And be part of Devastator. But the thing is, Devastator isn't evil in this. Like, he's kind of a jerk. Like, you know, they're, like, just construction worker dudes. Like, you know. But they're not bad guys. They're not Decepticons. I'm gonna have them be Autobots, which I really liked the idea in G1 that they were Autobots who originally, you know, were good guys, but then were swayed by Megatron. But this time I was like, what if they just were Autobots? You know? In some continuities, I think it's the Destructicons? Not the Destructicons. Jeez. Such a stupid name. But, the Combaticons were Autobots who, like, turned. But I really like the idea of the Constructicons being good guys. So, Optimus, the Constructicons listen to Optimus because he's, like, he's good on the job because, you know, they're all construction workers. He really makes sure, like, his team always, like, you know, is being treated fairly, like, everyone's always safe on the job site, that kind of thing. The Destrons is a way cooler name. But essentially, that's why the Constructicons don't follow Megatron this. Megatron isn't even on Cybertron for most of it. He's not from Cybertron. I'm gonna have Optimus and Megatron be from completely different planets. They barely even know about each other, but then they slowly become aware of each other. Like, there is something about Iacon that lures these two together, and it leads to the fallout that creates the Autobots and the Decepticons. Ooh, I suck. I'm gonna make Cosmos. Whatever long haul does his vehicle mentality is possibly counter him with vehicle tech. Yeah. I just suck. But Megatron is from Quintessa, like the planet. He's from the planet of the Quintessons. I'm gonna have Shockwave in there, and he's gonna be like a psycho killer. Qu'est-ce que c'est? That's all I want to reveal about it for now. I also redesigned all of the Seacons. That's like Megatron's kind of group. That's his main combiner team. Like, Optimus has the Constructicons, Megatron has the Seacons. Except I think I'd call them like the Constructibots. Or just Constructbots. As a reference. But I wouldn't have Optimus be a Prime for a long time. The Cosmos mod installed for FOC? Not right now. I don't think I'm at that point in the missions. Because I had to delete my save file. Welcome to Minesweeper, Decepticons. Yeah, I have more ideas. Like, I have a lot of ideas for Bumblebee, but I feel like people will hate it unless I, like, actually have a proof of concept. People will really not like Bumblebee in my AU, I don't think. I don't even know if they'll like Optimus because of how different they are from the source material. This is like Transformers, like, I'm trying to be different. Like, I'm just trying to be, like, animated where it's similar, but it's, like, super different circumstances. Devastation doesn't have a Cosmos mod, unfortunately. Otherwise, I totally would be using it. If I learn how, I'd probably make my AU into a comic. Get like Sake or something to help me write it. That's it. Ooh, 1 in the morning. Jeez. Alright, we'll probably end stream in a bit. Yeah, but that's my AU ID. Is just basically Optimus. He's just a humble guy. He isn't like a Prime. He is not destined for anything. I really don't like when Optimus is like the chosen one or whatever. I feel like that's really stupid. Kind of defeats the purpose of Optimus as a character if he's just born into greatness, like he already has this predetermined destiny. I don't want people to be able to be like, oh, he's gonna become Optimus Prime. I was debating on like having like a whole season go by without him being Optimus. Or like he becomes the leader of the Autobots and he doesn't even like have the title Prime. Eventually I'd like him to. I don't know if I'd actually change up his design to make him more of a Prime or not, but I really do like him being a cement truck. And I don't want to ever change that. Like, I wouldn't have him be like, oh, that's when he was like a miner or like a librarian, and then he changes. Like, no, he's like, if he's a Prime, he's still a cement truck. He never like stops being a symbol of the people. That's kind of the idea. He's just your average working Autobot. If you had to pick one to get a thrilling 30s / Chinese Return Cosmos or Legacy Cosmos, if I pick one, would you rather? Funny. I own both. Yo, Keldeo, how's it going? Going pretty good. We're just having a chill stream talking about AU ideas and stuff. Cement Truck mixes stuff kind of like Optimus wants a melting pot / mixing pot. Every person and culture can coexist. That's a good way of looking at it. Mind if I steal that? I'm kidding. My day was pretty good. There's a concept botcom figure G-Axis that uses Cybertron Soundwave as a base. There's no alt head, so it looks like Cosmos but bigger. That's funny. That's pretty good. Oh, you have to fight Devastator again. Oh boy, oh boy. Oh yeah, it's so easy, bro. Stumble back. I own both. I own Thrilling 30s and Titan's Return. I would really enjoy to well, I also own Legacy. I'd like to own the G1 figure. I'd like to own like the Creo. That'd be kind of funny. And I'd really like to own the Earthspark figure, but I heard that it got canceled, unfortunately.
That's why G1 designs suck. There's no enemy scrotum on Devastator. You're the one who's out, Gobby. Out of your mind. A lot of AU ideas, but one key thing I do for them is do something different. You'll be surprised how often not a lot of AU share the same ideas / concepts with each other.
Now in control of the greatest Cybertronian mission ever undertaken.
It cannot be. The Proud Star.
And finally the diodes tumble. I am simply going to hasten the Insecticons' mission instead of just cyberforming this city. With me at the helm, the entire planet will be transformed in mere days.
I will.
You plan
I'm sure
to
he'll appreciate that.
cyberform Earth.
Let me correct you, Optimus Prime. I don't plan to do anything. I have already started.
But the Earthlings.
Will die.
The rare Devastator drills.
The barrier is disabled. However, the door itself requires a key code.
Where do we find it?
A sentry bot has been deployed, which will transfer the key code to the nearest Cybertronian if it is destroyed. Its location is highlighted on your map.
On my way.
Here, let me see something. I'm gonna see if I can... I'm gonna see if I can show you guys this. My Optimus design, for those of you who have not seen it. Let me just get it right quick. Alright, hold on. I just gotta grab it off Discord. Gotta download it to .pc. Sunstreaker went on vacation right before everything. Anyways, look, see, this is my my Optimus design. I think he's pretty good. Look, it's him. This is Optimus and Roller. I made him a cement truck. Might change the ears, I don't know. But yeah, I think it's pretty good. I really like it. I could unironically have it as like my reactive, just Optimus Prime. Yeah. He turns into a cement mixer. He can clasp his hands together like 07 Megatron, like they combine together, and he can like shoot either like a laser, like kind of like a rail gun, or what do you call it? He can shoot like cement mixing gel, or like, you know, wet cement at people to like trap them. Yeah, he has a energon pickaxe because he's a hard worker, and instead sometimes he goes and gets materials for the job. Like he takes jobs like mining jobs for energon and like materials, so then he can proceed to build buildings and stuff. The turtle shell mode? Maybe. I took a lot of inspiration from the classics figure, as well as Mixmaster from the Bayverse. I really like the idea, like the arms have like this protective kind of shield that is the cement covers. I really enjoy that. And then we got Roller here, who's like a little mini con that I based heavily off of the drone designs from the '07 game. And he turns into like either a little drill arm that you can have on your wrist or whatever, like your hand swaps up out for a drill. That or like a drill tank eating your design. Thank you. Appreciate it. Yeah, but I think he's pretty cool. You can have him and Roller sit over here. I'm Optimus Prime. The Constructicons. Yeah, I think he's cool. Yeah, Optimus Prime as a cement mixer, in my opinion, is really cool. I really like it. And I felt like it was unique. Like, I wanted him to be a construction vehicle. And I was like, oh, what would be a cool construction vehicle? I want to be a truck, but not like a truck, right? And then I was like, oh. Oh, I was responding to a comment. Okay. Yeah. I mean, who do you have to make next? So, in my AU, I have done a couple of designs already. Yeah, Cosmos is my favorite. I'm gonna make a Cosmos design. I have an idea in my head. Where he's a time traveler. But that's all you get about him so far. I'm trying to think. I want to show you guys. I want to show you all my designs, but that means I have to download all of them. Do I do that? In new alt mode, you would pick for Cliff Jumper. I probably base him off of the Energon appearance, but gave him the traditional Cliff Jumper colors and head. I've actually been thinking about that. Bumblebee in my AU is a cop. Him and Cliff Jumper are cops. So he'd have like kind of like the Transformers animated police car mixed with like the Prowl. Like a more blocky Prowl police car. I can't really draw cars, so. Here, let me show you what I got for Shockwave so far, but just know like this is like the legs aren't ready. They're not done. And I'll show you, I'll also show you Nova Star. Then Megatron, because you guys will probably not like Megatron. He's very different. This is turning into an art stream. Maybe the next chill stream can be an art stream. Maybe. Okay. I need to preface this. This design, the legs are different now. Like, I've changed the legs. I didn't like the legs before. The legs are different now. Like, everything from the wires down is going to be different. This is my version of Shockwave. He is a urban legend. He is a mythical creature of the night who drains people of their sparks. He kills them. He rips their chest open and steals their sparks and puts them in a canister. That's why he has the canister on his back. I think he's really cool. He turns into a tank. I took a lot of inspiration from Animated, from Prime, from Earthspark. Like, I really like this design. It's got like the little horns, kind of like Megatron from Armada. Turns into a tank. You know, I think I already said that. But he is
what some would call a spark eater, or at least that's what the police and the authorities would have you believe, is that it is a mindless, like, Wendigo type creature that you see, like, in the dark with one glowing red eye who just kills bots out in the open, like a cryptid, yes. The thing is, Shockwave doesn't have many emotions. Like, I want him to be, like, kind of... But he tries his hardest to emulate these emotions. And I really like the idea from animated as well as FNAF, where there is a character called the Mimic. And I really like the fact Shockwave can somewhat change his appearance to mimic an Autobot. So I was thinking Shockwave is like, he's like a predator animal, right? He stalks people through the cities, waits for you to be alone. Maybe he can mimic the voice of a loved one you haven't seen in a while. And then once you're in a dark alleyway, he steals your spark and just leaves your lifeless corpse for the police to find. And everyone just thinks it's like a Turbo Fox or uh like some people throw the word spark eater around, and I feel like that's a really cool idea. Yeah, he's like makeshift. Like, imagine like Optimus. This isn't canon. This wouldn't happen. But like Optimus is looking for Roller, and then he hears Roller, so he like runs down alleyway. And when he doesn't come face to face with Roller, like Roller's cute little red eye. He comes. He sees a lanky, long figure with a glowing red eye staring back at him with lots of spikes and like claw arms. He's very lanky, like Wendigo looking figure who's just sitting there mimicking his voice. And then he attacks him. Like, that's the kind of idea. Oh yeah, I'll tell Seiken Crown that you wish them well on their projects. I'll also tell Top Hat as well, you said. But yeah, that's the idea, is he kills people and people think there's just like some like deranged protester or something that's killing people, or like a wild animal, but it's Shockwave. He takes their bodies, he experiments with them. He wants to feel emotion. That's the problem with this Shockwave, is that he can't really feel emotion, at least not like how other people can, but he really wants to. So he dissects people to try and learn stuff about them, how they work, like who they are, so he can mimic them, so he can fit in, so then he can hunt more people. And that's my idea for Shockwave, and I think that's a pretty interesting take on him, where he's still emotionless. Like, in the comic, it'll seem like he has emotions. He doesn't. He's faking it. He's trying to learn how emotions work. But yeah, that's my idea. You think that's cool, then you're pretty cool. But here's my next character. This is Nova Star. This is my new one of the newer designs. Nova Star is like a Western vampire slayer on an abandoned rock where Dark Energon, a mixture of Dark Energon and her once good friend Mindwipe, has completely turned everyone into zombies, and she's forced to kill the people she once protected. She's like, um, she's like a Western kind of like sheriff of a town, like a small town. Think like Last Bot Standing, like a town like that, but more Cybertron-y. Yeah, she's a cowgirl. And she like has these like flame ninja stars. The name is OG. Yeah. All right. Good night, Ram King. It's been nice talking to you. But she used to really like Mind Wipe, but like something happened and like he can somehow control the hordes of zombies. And the space bridges are on lockdown right now, so she has to try, due to another event on Cybertron, the space bridges are all shut down, so she can't warn anyone. There's no backup. So she goes around and she slaughters the people she used to protect, and that's like her whole deal. It is very, very tragic. She doesn't always wear the poncho. I'll show you what she looks like when she doesn't. Give me a second here. It wants to load. Yeah, but she can like throw flaming ninja stars. She's pretty cool. I like her. She's got a cool design. I really enjoyed making it. I took a lot of inspiration from a character called Starlo from if you remember the Undertale Yellow streams. I took a lot of inspiration from him. Holy Discord. Discord, no wonder. No wonder you're going out of business, Discord. Legitimately can't even send it. Send it to myself. This is sad. This is genuinely sad. Okay, hold on. I'm sorry guys. I'm genuinely really trying to send it on Discord so I can download it after. So I can show you. Wild Wheel, yeah, inspiration. Here's my take on Wembley. Wembley wasn't always a speaker, was forced to become one after being used as a host by the Rogue Titan. Ooh, that's pretty cool. I don't know if it's gonna load. Oh, hold on. I think it loaded. Says it loaded. Come on. Come on. I want to show you guys like her alt mode and stuff. Okay. Well, while we wait for that, I'll show you Megatron. How about that? So this is let me get rid of her for now. This is my version of Megatron in Leader 1. They're experiments of the Quintessons trying to make the ultimate weapon to retake the Transformers homeworld. Megatron is like leader of all of the Sharkticons and Alicons, and him as well as all the other fishy creatures on Quintessa stage a revolution, kind of like Transformers the 80s, or like the 86 movie, you know what I mean? So while during this uprising, he finds a Quintesson base, which is used for experimenting on fellow Cybertronians. And as well, they are tasked with the scientist Quintessons there are tasked with creating the ultimate minicon. The thing that, if combined with a transformer, would be the ultimate doomsday weapon, just unlimited power. And that's Leader 1. And Leader 1 outright rejects everyone. It's like the symbiote. It rejects everyone. It feeds upon their spark, their energon. It's just unstoppable. But once Megatron breaks it free, then Leader 1 warms up to Megatron and allows himself to be used by him. Megatron has an army of Sharkticons, an army of the Seacons, and he gains the respect of all the Seacons. Turns into a big old alligator. And I get to actually show you because it actually loaded now. I get to show you Nova Star. So let me bring that up real quick. I hope you guys are enjoying this. Hopefully this isn't too boring. Here's her without the poncho. She has like the flame head. She's very IDW inspired. And here's the vehicle form she turns into. I can't draw cars for the life of me, but hopefully like it gives the idea of what she's turning into like decently. She's got like a backpack she can hold stuff in. Like I think she's cool. And like I said, she can like spawn infinite like fire stars, kind of like um Titanfall. But yeah, that's what she turns into. I tried to make it like if I was a toy designer, like would this actually be able to turn into a toy? I try really hard, and I have so much respect for the effing Hasbro people who actually managed to do that, because it's difficult. Like as someone who's trying to do it, I made a little like poster. Like if she were to have her own series, like if I were to do comics, she'd have her own series. Called just Nova Star, or like Spotlight Nova Star, or like the Lone West Nova Star, or something like that. I feel like this is cool. She's on like a sandy kind of western planet. She's like, you know, I think it's cool. I like it. Hopefully you guys like it. That's not the only character I have in my AU. Man, I kind of want to show you guys just all the mini cons, or not the mini cons. The jeez, I suck. But yeah, I kind of want to show you guys all of the upper guys I got. But I know this is probably boring, so I don't. I'll show you guys one more character. I mentioned earlier in the stream. I can't find the Megatron design on your Tumblr. I did find that one that turns into a Sharkticon though. Yeah, originally he turned into a Sharkticon, but then I realized like I want to be a little bit more intimidating than that, you know. But this is Scrapper. This is the Constructibot or Constructicon. I don't know. They might, or Constructbot. I don't know. He's a good guy Constructicon. That's the best way I can put it. He's an Autobot. And I went with like kind of like the G2 colors. Uh, Originally they were gonna be like white and red or whatever, but I'm like, this is just the Protectobots. Like I wanted to do something unique. I want to do something cool. I want to do something that kind of meshes with Optimus, but not like the same kind of color scheme. He has the same kind of legs and arms, but he's very different. I think he's cool. This is like the leader. Like he has a lot of respect for Optimus. Like Optimus, like this guy listens to Optimus basically. He's his higher up. Like he has like huge respect for him. I think he's cool. I need to do the rest of them. The Creo version of Scrapper. Oh, I can't remember if I used him for like inspiration or not. But yeah. I also did alt modes for some of these guys, but I can't really draw cars, so I'm not gonna show them. But yes, I did do a Sharkticon Megatron. If you want that, Tumblr exclusive. So he joined by Armada Scavenger. No, no, no. Hmm. Who else should I show? Okay, okay. Hold on, hold on. I'll show more. I'll show more. I'll show a few more. These guys are all meant to be in the same universe, by the way. Even though they're like on opposite planets, opposite sides. I hope, I do hope this is interesting enough. I know we were supposed to be playing video games, but this is one of the guiding hands. So Primus doesn't really exist the same way that, what do you call it? He does in normal continuities. He's part of the guiding hand, and I draw them like from the legs up because you're not really ever gonna see all of them, in my opinion. Like, they're too big. Yeah, so my idea, and I think this is a really cool idea if you know who the guiding hand are. Like, Primus isn't the creator, like the sole creator of the primes and the Transformers. It's these four plus Primus. Primus isn't like, he's the strongest of them, but he needs all of them. I still have not redesigned Primus. So here's the deal with these guys. They're called the Guiding Hand, and they turn into Cybertron. All five of them. You have on the like left to right, you have Adaptus, who is responsible for like transformation. Like, he's the reason why Transformers can transform. We have Mortilis, who is like basically the god of death. He creates like like Megatronus. Like, they all create like two primes, right? Each of them create like some primes, like two or three. And then Primus just makes Prima because he's like, oh, he's perfect. He's great. I love Prima. He's the bestest boy. He's the leader. It's like his OC. It's like, oh, why would I make more when like I've already struck gold with the first one? Then we have Solomus, who's like wisdom and whatnot, and then like he's the youngest, but he's like really into history and like a scholar and whatnot. Thank you, I appreciate it. And then we have Galactimus. I changed his name because it sounded too much like a guy who had a bunch of files leaked about him recently. If you know, you know, go look up the Marvel comics. But yeah, I changed him. So he's wisdom. And this guy's supposed to be knowledge, but I feel like he's just like he should be the master of like something else. But right now he's just kind of science crap. But I think they're cool. I think they're cool. And they all transform together to form Cybertron. Like, each of them, like, there's like 5 huge major cities on Cybertron, and they each make up one. That's my idea. I want to sing the Seacons because they're my babies. They're my favorite. They're the people I made originally. This is how this whole thing started. I had a completely different Megatron design in mind. I completely forgot about that. But I'll show you guys. I'll show you guys. Some of these have alt modes. I'm just lazy and I don't want to share them because I suck at drawing alt modes. But this is I was very inspired by Jolt Bolt drawings. If you guys have watched his video on him redesigning the Bayverse characters, like the original like 5 Autobots and like 6 Decepticons. I did, but I also kind of did my own thing. I went, nah, I'ma do my own thing. So this one is pretty true to the source material. This is I keep grabbing that. This is Snaptrap, right? He is the leader. He has a short temper, and he was Megatron tasked him with uh killing Nergil from that one G1 episode, stealing his staff because it's ancient Cybertronian tech. And if they got a hold of it, then they would be all powerful. And he won them over in combat. They were on the planet Quintessa, and he fought them, like all of them, and he was able to beat them. Then we have the scientist Octopunch. Octopunch is kind of like he's basically the Shockwave of this universe because Shockwave is very different in this universe. He's a scientist. He doesn't really vibe with the group, and he plots and schemes, and he thinks that he should be leader of the Seacons. Then we get, I think this is Overbite. I can never remember if it's over or under, but I'm just gonna say Overbite because he's a shark. He is a elite bounty hunter who essentially he wasn't part of the Seacons originally, but he was on a bounty mission to kill one of the Quintesson higher ups, but got captured and then experimented on, and eventually he escaped and scanned a shark alt mode, and he never looked back. But his ship was commandeered and then burnt down, destroyed, and used as material for experiments. So he unfortunately, yeah, underbite, yeah. So this is overbite. He basically just got away and was able to team up with the Seacons, and Snaptrap kind of gave him a chance and was like, "You can be part of the team, bud." Let me see. I gotta. Okay. So next to him, we have his trusty companion, who you might recognize. I pretty much just ripped the design. I didn't change too much, but this is kind of like the pet of the team. I'm planning on having his twin Razorfin, and I kind of swapped the colors by accident, but it kind of leads to it being a bit more unique. This is Blitzwave. This is Blitzwave. He has a bunch of turrets on his back, like he was experimented on by the Quintessons as well. That's why he has all like this stuff. He's not like your typical Sharkticon, he's like one of the strongest ones. Him and his brother, Razorfin, who I literally could just make a blue version of this guy and it would be about the same. I'd probably, you know what? I'll probably do that tonight. I'll probably draw Razorfin, but essentially, this guy, Overbite, like he likes fishing, he likes hunting, he likes the thrill of the hunt, finding prey. He's kind of like Kyber from Ben 10 Omniverse, but eventually one day he catches Blitzwave, and the two become inseparable, and he teaches him how to hunt and stuff, and for whatever reason Blitzwave really likes Overbite. And then we have the final member of the team. This is Sea-Wing. I gender bent Sea-Wing. I know. How horrible. Do I like your idea of a Transformers RPG? Transformers RPGs sound like a really cool idea. You should do that. Where's your boy Cosmos? I gotta redesign him. I did a 3D version, but yeah. This is a Sea-Wing. I gender bent Sea-Wing because I was like, you know what? There should be a girl on the team, and I know nothing about these characters, and I feel like I could do something really interesting. Sea-Wing is in love with Octopunch, so whenever Octopunch is scheming to take over the Seacons, he's like, oh, we should put it to a vote. Immediately Sea-Wing's like, yes, absolutely, Octopunch for leader. Octopunch experiments on Sea-Wing because she just is infatuated with him. Essentially, she's, yeah, no. No Scala. Nope. Or Skyle. I don't know how to pronounce their name. But yeah, no, I wanted a girl on the team, and I wanted Blitzwave because I love the Earthspark Sharkticons, and I wanted them in this on the team. But essentially, she's like a vampire. She's a love-struck vampire. Like, Octopunch did something to her, an experiment that made it so she could safely, what do you call it? She could safely, drink others' energon, so she'll be using that against Autobots. And last but not least, they all have to combine. They're a combiner team, so here's what we're gonna do. They all transform and combine to form God Neptune because I think the Japanese name is way cooler. Here they are. It's a little lopsided. It's not perfect, but he has a giant trident. I think he's kind of cool. I might redo it later, but she's cool or he's cool, right? I might honestly redesign him because I feel like Blitzwave should be the leg here, and Octopunch could maybe be, well, I feel like he'd still be an arm, right? I don't know. I feel like I could really redesign this actually, but whatever. Yeah, but I feel like this is really cool. I really like it. This is like just the combiner. I'm thinking about it now. I'm thinking about redesigning. I could maybe add Razorfin to the team. Like, so then it's a 6-man combiner. But I don't know. Yeah, thanks. I think that's everyone in my AU so far. I gotta redesign all the Constructicons. I gotta redesign Shockwave, gotta finish that. I eventually really want to do Ironhide. And yeah, I gotta really do Bumblebee. I really want to do Bumblebee. And then I can just clone it for Cliffjumper. And I really need to do Rubble because Rubble is also in this. And then I don't know who I'm gonna do. But yeah. We're gonna play a little bit more Devastation. Just a little bit. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about the designs. I think they're pretty cool. I don't know if I'll ever use them in anything, but I just really enjoy character design and redesigning characters, like I just showed you. I'm just gonna drive past all these.
Optimus, what exactly is the Proud Star?
Another time, old friend.
Second.
Now, let us stay on
Alright.
task.
We're back to actually doing video games. I would do an art stream, but you know what my art process is? I'm gonna walk you through my art process. Come up with a really cool idea. Make a file on my phone. Realize I have no idea how I'm gonna do it or how it's gonna come out. Start doing it. Realize I hate it. Then look up reference material. Then make half of a design. Take elements from the first design. Completely ignore the rest. And then make basically a brand new design. And then refine it. And then realize I don't like the legs. That or it's just making verbatim a character my style. Oh, I also have to make Codexa. That's another one. Because Codexa, like, I wrote a little story. It sucks, because I wrote it. And I have the media literacy of an actual 12-year-old. But, like, writing, like, I'm not a good writer. Like, I make spelling mistakes all the time, constantly. And I just don't have the patience or the attention span to actually sit down to it. Yeah. But the thing is, like, what I will do is halfway through that process, I decide to watch YouTube, scroll, stream, play a game, or literally do anything but draw. And then I come back, like, a day, sometimes a week later, and then I finish it. And that would not make for a good stream. That, and it would be, like, really small because it would be on the phone. I don't draw on PC like most people do. Yeah, I give it my all, but then I have my friends proofread it, and they're like, genuinely, what did you mean, bro? What were you trying to convey for this, like, ancient, like, texts? Like, what was the goal here? And I'm like, I'm sorry, I misspelled a 4-letter word. That's true. I feel like it just wouldn't be entertaining to watch me draw because I have such a, like, scatterbrained process. Like, sometimes I'm like, I drew for, like, 3 hours straight, I'm not happy with it. Then I come back the next day, I'm like, oh, why didn't I think of this? And then I just instantly, like, make the design. Like, I drew, like, the most basic, crappy, sketch of that Optimus I showed at the beginning. And then, like, I spent, like, hours working on it, and then I woke up the next day, and I was like, oh, I'm just gonna do this. Like, I'm just gonna do it. And then I do it, and it's, like, amazing. I'm like, oh my god, I love this design. Like, I feel like this is one of my best, like, Ray designs. I do want to stress that that shockwave is not the final design. And that that combiner, I do want to change, because it's so all over the place. But going back and fixing old designs is good. Honestly, I'm not even sure if I'm gonna keep, like, Croc Megatron. Like, I enjoy him being a crocodile, but I don't know. I kind of want to make him a helicopter now that I'm thinking about it, which is funny because I fought Sake tooth and nail. I was screaming at him. I'm like, I want him to be a crocodile. I want him to be a beast. And he's like, please, bro. Please don't make him a beast, bro. Please. I'm like, no. I'm like, no, he's being a beast because he's from Quintessa. Maybe he starts off as a beast and then he becomes a helicopter.
There it is.
Might make him a triple changer where he is a helicopter that can turn into a submarine. Wouldn't that be effing weird? Not enough people do triple changer Megatron. What did you say? Oh. Great, now I want to do that. Now I don't even want to fix Shockwave, I just want to, like, make Megatron a helicopter.
The ship's entrance is now open.
On my way. They're attacking. All right, Decepticons. Let's see what you've got.
Yeah, like, I had the figure, like, I had pictures of him, like, next to, like, the drawing area. I was like, yep, I need to have, like, this as a reference here. But I think it turned out different enough.
Not this time.
Oh, not Insecticons, the PTSD.
Finally enter the Proud Star. Megatron has Pharaoh Taxi.
But if you guys do like my art and you want to keep up with it, the best way to do so is by just following me on Tumblr.
The Insecticons.
I try to post on there. I don't always. I do try.
What is it, Optimus?
Felt like the Matrix itself just blinked off and then back on. There is a darkness here, something that has permeated this place and the Cybertronians who lived here.
I have an idea for like an interconnected like Transformers universe. Like there's the Optimus and Megatron stuff, and then there's like other stuff going on.
Ah.
Soundwave, where is Megatron?
You do not need to know.
There we go.
Soundwave, I need you here. The others can take care of them.
Understood. Abort mission.
Always the coward, Soundwave.
Megatron has taken control of the ship and the Ferrotaxis that operates it. He now commands the Insecticons.
Maybe if we blow that Pharaoh what's-it-up, it'll stop Megatron.
No. We go to the plasma core and disable it. The Ferrotaxis has the sum total of Cybertronian culture recorded within. If at all possible, we must preserve it.
Bye-bye, 10 p.m. Fair enough. I'm about to end here, I think. Maybe after this fight.
The Insecticons are getting annoyed again. They're coming from those pods.
Okay. I'm gonna return the arc. We will beat Prime mode next time. Maybe I'll have more art to share. But I hope you guys did enjoy some Transformers Devastation. I know I always enjoy playing it. It's just a fun, chill game. We went a little bit off topic, but yeah, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed everything. Yeah, I appreciate everyone sticking around. Alright. I'll see you guys in the next stream.